Hello, my name is Neala Luna. I am a writer from Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm very happy to be a part of the UWI Campus Literature Week 2024. Today I'll be reading 5 poems. I hope you enjoy them. Ocean Children. I still have dreams about pushing back the Atlantic Ocean, its primordial volume racing ashore in Mayaro, a mile from waterline to morning glory vines, carpeting the beach yard of our front road house. The ocean surges inland, circling the coconut trees that parallel our teak picket fence, flooding blue crabs out of sandy burrows beneath beach chairs and barbecue pits. It thunders through the unlatched gate to our porch, birthing miniature cascades from spaces between the decorative bricks, home to families of smooth pebbles and seashells, where my sister and I played earlier that day. We tried so hard to push back the ocean, only pausing to rescue desperate sea spares and confused jellyfish. The salty water flowed through our useless fingers, eddying relentlessly around our little bodies. We fought the churning until the fight was no more, and exhausted, let the inevitable riptide carry us out. My sister, to once familiar yet distant shores, and I, to remain adrift on the oval of the ocean. Fault lines. Company bungalows stand, undressed with disrepair, and overgrown gardens are tended by stalwart yard boys who have grown into men, bearded and grey-haired. Swing sets next to the tennis court have rusted silent. The rhythmic whine and squeak of their iron chains is a comforting song long gone. So too the thwack and talk of doubles games that once summoned eager ball boys and girls in training and heralded the buzz of floodlights staging the court at dusk. That was before the landslides of 1988 tore the court in two. Center line to sideline, game set match sucked down the decline. Before playground slides and jungle gyms were offered up to make space for miasmic waist drums and a sign at the new gate that shouted, "Danger, do not pass." The day they felled a 300-year-old kapok tree for the sake of paint jobs on new company sedans, shotguns scattered generations of the cornbird colony. Children cried when the school bus brought them home to empty eggshells and yellow yolk baking on the hot road. Woven nests with baby birds killed from the fall, beaks open, featherless, lids still closed. I went to rock and roll heaven, and I wasn't on the guest list. My university's pub tables were made of electric wire reels, stained with so many coats of mahogany shellac that bottles, fingernails, and bad girl boots made crescent indentations on their surfaces. I can still taste the metallic varnish that found its way into the aluminum AC air ducts that filled our lungs on mornings with a blend of tobacco and bear-flavored Freon. I am 17, cross-legged and plaid atop a wooden table at the back, seeking monstrosity and divinity in old books, and comforted by the world we knew. The cigarette smoke that hung thick in the merciful cold, the smile that effervesced in the rum and coke at my side, the heart-warming high from friendships new bloomed from pooling bobs for blunts, and the musical glue of punk and grunge that pulsed all around us, a puppet master for our bodies, thumping its way from the wall of speakers across the floor and up my spool table. Cradled by an upcycled Angostura rum barrel chair, we were anti-heroes, mourning fallen gods. He was the suicidal scribe for an empire of shoegazing wallflowers, crafting the face we needed to see and catching for ink the color of our angst. The inattentive scarecrow, motionless, sitting low upon a red Abel building block, silken airs of a single cornstalk to hear my breathing, its wispy tassels dreaming against the Milky Way. I am a supplicant to their waving aliveness, but I am rooted, grounded, trying to be a rock among riotous living. Limitless, through the open back door, light shouts as unwelcome as my unsubstantial name on their voices, which were playful and teasing at first, now rising in confused and urgent volume when I refused to answer. I am rooted in the scraggly dirt, trying to be a rock among the riotous living, of clicking night beetles and moths in flight and serenading cicadas and tassels dancing beneath the silence of dead and dying worlds, wanting desperately a life untethered. If I dare to answer, if I dare to move among the riotous living, with the false light from dusk and dawn as my backdrop, windows will wink and glisten with a new telling, and I would rise above the faithful and the watchful, and revel with delight in the floating away. But I am only a cornstalk in an overgrown backyard, all airs and wispy falling hair, no full brown face or will to follow the sun. The avocado tree. Having borne witness to the culling, a sun in morning retreats to the west, while the judgment of night rises in the east. And blackbirds that should have been roosting are feasting on the budding fruit of the avocado tree. But blackbirds don't feast on avocado trees. This flock appeared when the roar of the electric saw swallowed all sound but the firecracker popping and snapping of boughs, and the whump and feather of branch and leaf falling to the ground. The next morning's sun winked on new stainless steel guide wires, and my father watched the blackbirds dry their iridescent wings atop the twisted lines of a new fence that glistened with dew. The birds flew from metal perch to living avocado branch, plucking all day and the day after that and the next, until each avocado bud was gone. The tree bore no more flowers that year, no buds, no full-grown fruit, and the blackbirds did not return. My father says the birds were sent as a warning, an admonishment or a punishment for the disrespect of a fruit-bearing tree. I've forgotten, he says. I don't remember how to make things grow. I tell my father about the wild tobacco plant that summons insects to feast on the horned caterpillars that attack its leaves. The avocado tree must have issued a call to the blackbirds, I say. It must have sacrificed its budding, knowing it needed everything it had left to stay alive. My father shrugs. Some life, he says, isn't supposed to grow. Thank you so much for listening. I wish you an enjoyable close to Campus Lit Week. And if you need to find me on the socials, I am at Neala Luna.